the game, 'cause see the boxing voice.
What's going on, people? It's Aaron Cantu coming in once again from Cantu's Corner, where we talk about hot topics and some of the biggest news in the world of boxing. Today we're talking about Mikey Garcia and his potential move to 147 pounds, welterweight. Is it smart? Is it ludicrous? Can he pull it off? We're gonna break it down. Stay tuned.
It's the champ! Cantu! Where'd you find this?
Mikey Garcia has made a significant claim for one of the top pound-for-pound spots in the sport of boxing. He's a 4-division world champion. He's captured 2 titles in 2 different divisions in 2018 alone. He's 39-0 with 30 KOs, and he's got one of the best fundamental skills and skill sets in the world of boxing. Leading up to the fight against Robert Easter, Mikey Garcia was very outspoken about his potential move to 147. Over the past year, I lived in LA and I reported on Mikey Garcia's last 2 fights. I even spoke to members of his camp about a potential move to 147. I asked them what would need to happen in order for Mikey to transition to welterweight. And this is what they had to say. Take note of this.
I'm not sure, man. I think Mikey's abilities make it so that he can move up to 147, not have too much of a problem, because he's a strong guy naturally. His IQ, his boxing ability, kind of like the way Mayweather was, where Mayweather moved up to welterweight and he never got knockouts. He wasn't this big knockout guy, because obviously he started off at 130, but he was able to move up to 147 and have success. And I think Mikey has the abilities to do that as well.
I think he needs a little bit more time for his body to adapt to that weight class. He needs to be sparring bigger guys and get used to being in a ring with bigger guys than him. It shouldn't take him too long, because he's already starting to do it. Like every time he spars, he'd be sparring bigger guys than him, and I think that's helped him a lot. It doesn't matter the size of your opponent, you know, as long as you have if you have good skills and if you're smart enough, I'll box a bigger guy.
Look, I think it's gonna be a little bit more of time. You know, we know Mikey has already been saying it and mentioning those top champions at welterweight, but it's a process. It's not from one fight to the other like Mikey did from 135 to 140. Okay, that's only a 5-pound difference, and he's able to dominate. But welterweight is just a total different level. So we got to be very careful. I think it'll be a matter of time right now. When the time is right, and if the opponent is right, you know, then of course we'll make that move. But it has to be the right opponent and the right fight.
So it's very interesting to see that Robert Garcia wasn't too thrilled about the idea that Mikey would move up to 147. He obviously felt that Mikey needed time. And ever since the win against Easter, I think they have begun to believe and really embraced this idea of Mikey going up and fighting Spence. But Mikey is in a position where a lot of people have wrote him off in a potential fight between him and Errol Spence. They think Spence is too big, too strong for him. And that's for good reason. We saw Errol Spence chop down a buffed up welterweight in Kell Brook. And we also saw him make easy work of a veteran and savvy boxer in Lamont Peterson. So I don't know who wins the fight. I would lean toward Errol Spence, obviously. But I think it's a very competitive fight, especially in that first half of the fight. I think the first 6 rounds in an Errol Spence-Mikey Garcia fight are super competitive. This is not a pushover fight. Errol Spence will not walk through Mikey Garcia. Mikey will be competitive in the fight. Now the question is, can he take Errol Spence's power? That's the biggest question. But nobody is talking about the challenges that Mikey can give Spence in this fight. I feel like everybody's just been too quick to taking into account what Errol Spence brings to the table without even considering the challenges that Mikey Garcia can give Spence. Feel free to leave your opinion in the comment section. Does Errol Spence walk through Mikey at 147, or is this fight competitive? What's your take? For The Boxing Voice, I'm Aaron Cantu. Stay Cantuned.
Ain't no other sight in the game, 'cause see the boxing voice.